All right, we good. We got the water. We're set. We're rocking. CV on my side right here. Awesome, man. All right, everyone. We're back at it for our final panel discussion, conversation of the day here at the Family Reunion Wilson Basketball Activation. I'm Derek from your Wilson Basketball Social Team. We have a music and sports panel with some very prestigious guests. Off to my left, Wilson Advisory Staff Member, our man Chris Brickley. My guy Stalley holding it down, hometown hero over here. And then we got DJ Chosen, a jack of all trades who holds it down, hosts and DJs for a lot of the organizations out here. And then Baby Money right here, man, just signed his deal. Yeah, man. Yes, thank you. Yeah, appreciate all of you coming out and hanging out with us. And first and foremost, man, so Chris, I told Stalley's manager not to tell him that you would be here because I know you guys go back. So how did that bond start?
Man, you want me to tell you? So it feels like years ago, I was with the Knicks. I might have even been an intern with the Knicks. And Melo had a gym called Terminal. And me and Stalley met, and I started working with him. We became cool. We'd be hanging out off the court. And we became friends. It's been years since I've seen him. We both came a long way, and that's kind of...
Yeah. It was really the beginning for both of us. Like I was just starting, and I was still trying to stay in shape. And like you said, they had the Terminal 23 Jumpman Gym or Jordan Gym. Yeah. They would allow me to go and work out. Me and him met, got along like right away. You know what I mean? And he really helped me just stay in shape, work on my game, just like he's doing with the top guys in the world right now. But it was just a blessing to have that opportunity to not only link with him, but to get some advice on the court and try to stay physical healthy, because I'm not a big dude on lifting weights or running on the treadmill or things. So getting out on the court and actually being able to play ball and stuff like that was very helpful. So yeah, man, and like you said, we became friends on and off the court, hung out, went to games, went to parties, whatever. And even when he was at my house, I don't invite a lot of people in my house, but came to the house. But yeah, all that. So. And
it can't be better than uniting at the family reunion. Yeah, the table right here, man. It all worked, bonded by ball right there. Right. It all came together right there.
Yeah.
And on that same note, for you, Stalley, because I know you hooped in college, right?
Yeah.
You had to stop in Michigan, had to stop in New York, and then eventually you're like, hey, I just want to focus solely on music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what was that like, man, just being able to make that decision, but also having that basketball background that maybe helped you as you were preparing for that journey? Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, especially being from Ohio, sports is huge here, you know what I mean? Football, basketball. So I ultimately had the dream of playing professional basketball. But I'm going to be honest, once I got to college, guys was a little bit, nicer than you expect, So I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to the NBA, you know what I'm saying? But I still loved the game. I still wanted to play. I still wanted to be a part of it. So I did it as much as I could. Actually, I got injured a few times, kind of like back to back. And it was kind of like, it just set me back to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm going to just chill and figure my way out outside of or off the basketball court. So I stayed in New York. I went to Brooklyn. I stayed in New York, and I went through a lot. I was homeless. I stayed with a teammate at first. His parents actually let me stay with him in Flatbush. Shout out to them, because without them, I would have been back here, and who knows what would have happened. But I kind of told them, I was like, man, ain't nothing at home for me. I really want to figure it out. So they took me in like I was their son, you know what I mean? And they already had 4 sons, so it was a blessing, and I got to stay there, bounced around, and I found my way musically, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. And the support system's got to be big. And I think that goes for really anything you do in life, but especially with sports, but then also with music. So I want to start with you, Baby Money. How has the support system for you helped propel you forth in your music career? And then, feel free. I would love for everybody's thoughts here too on that.
Yeah. See, basketball, I've been hooping since I was like 5. Yeah. I stopped hooping at like probably 16. That's when I started rapping too. So, gotcha. But I love hooping though. Like, I still rap about it. Like, ask my coach about this, ask my coach about that, because that's what I wanted to do. But I just ended up doing something else, and it took off. So I had to do that. So if they put me on the court at the All-Star game, I'd get in there right now, though. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think I saw an interview where you said you dropped 30 or 40.
Yeah.
Was that consistently? Or was that? Are we?
Come on, yeah.
You can't lie at the table,
point guard. Starting point guard. I can't lie. Everybody gonna see this. I was on JV. They pushed me up the last 5 games. Then I stopped hooping after that. It was just like that.
And on that same token, so DJ Chosen, you're in a position right now where the music you play kind of sets the tone, right? Because you're playing the music. So how do you balance that?
It starts with me. Balance what?
Balance that, knowing, hey, all right, I'm in charge of doing it for Akron,
Literally,
for Cleveland State, but then the Cleveland Charge. Yeah.
It's First off, I'm a music lover. You know what I mean? So all genres of music. Now, I just gave Stalley his flowers for. I was a youngin' when Let It Slap came up. You know what I mean? And that was our jig where I'm from, Fremont, Ohio. So like, being able to know all genres of music, you know what I mean, and transform that into the game day atmosphere. Like, you have to. I don't want to say start slow, but it's a gradual up tempo towards game time. You know what I mean? So just being able to curate different playlists and go deep into the crates rather than the mainstream stuff that everybody's playing. Getting artist or player input, you know what I mean? So I'll ask the different players, like, yo, give me 5 songs that you would like to warm up to. And the majority of the time, they're the same music, other than like Taco, he likes Afrobeat stuff. So that's a little different for me, you know what I mean? But I enjoy it. It's honestly a challenge. I try to go in every single game with a different playlist, just to switch it up. You have to stay fresh, you know? And being able to balance that is a blessing. The position I'm in is a blessing from God himself. So I'm just doing what I need to do, keep doing what I want to do with his grace. So and it's been good, though.
For sure. And there's a famous quote, a saying, or a lyric from Drake, right? It's music and sports are so synonymous because we want to be them and they want to be us, right? And Chris, you're living in a unique world because it's kind of both in terms for you, right? You just came out with your single, you're doing music, but then also at the same time, you're known as this worldwide basketball trainer. For sure. So,
yeah, I mean, I think music as a whole is the foundation to all of our lives. I feel like if you play basketball, hip-hop is the foundation to our lives. And, you know, being a trainer, working with these players, traveling the world, a lot of the players are friends with a lot of the artists. A lot of the artists are friends with a lot of the players. And it feels like it's cliche, but it feels like some of these players might want to be in their position and some of the artists might want to be in their position. And it's always weird how that seems to be like that. But yeah, it definitely intertwines.
But I feel like you get guys in the gym and do they sometimes surprise you? Like, I know J. Cole could hoop. Like, you get guys who like.
For sure. Yeah, you know, J. Cole trained for like 2 years.
For BAL.
And, you know, he got real good. He still is really good. Yeah. And, you know, so many guys have been to the gym. You know, Stalley, Dirk, Chris Brown, Quavo can hoop. There's a lot of artists that can hoop, but there's also a lot of artists that can't hoop, that think they can hoop. Yeah.
Learn how to hoop.
Yeah. Facts.
They need to put J. Cole in the league, though. He be playing.
He's nice. He can
he
shoot
be
it.
Going.
Do you feel, though, especially, and maybe, and Stalley, I know with you already having that background too, but in that phrase being the, you know, they want to be them, we want to be them, they want to be us. So being that us, is it kind of like what goes through your mind, like knowing you're that, like, man, they, you know, we kind of like want to be like each other in a sense in that regard. Yeah.
Just like I just said, I'll go back to hooping if they give me the chance. It's true, like shit. We want to, we ain't had no choice but to take that route if you want to say that. Like, some people speak in their life, so it's like, some you really don't want to be us.
Gotcha.
Say that.
That's
different journeys, though, right? Different paths, different journeys lead you towards your goals and dreams,
Because I hoop myself. I hooped and played football. I'm a drummer. I'm a bandy, you know what I mean? So I was able to do all of that through high school, and I had to make a decision, like, either I'm going to be on the field starting varsity or I'm going to be in the band. And it was to a point where I couldn't do both. But music was still always a point of my life to where it was a foundation, really, for everything, from working out to the morning routine, you know what I mean, to even listening to music before you go to bed. Like, so I was constantly studying music, you know what I mean? I've only been DJing for 4 years, bro. And like I said, the position I'm in right now is only God gifted, man. So just walking in my calling and being able to do it within music, I'm good.
Can't beat.
I'm good.
That's really what it is. Like he said, it's just God-given. And, you know, some people have the opportunity to do both or be decent at both or great at both. And then some people just have to pick one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris said, he said, there's some athletes that can't play but think they can. You know, just like there's some NBA players who think they can rap but can't. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's what it goes hand in hand. And it's funny because I never thought about. I mean, I always dreamed of rapping. Like he said, I used to go to sleep listening to music. You know what I mean? I wake up to Pillow Talk or For Lovers Only on 93, .1 for all the people in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? So I listened constantly. Woke up, went to sleep. Walked, practice, whatever I did, it was to music, you know what I'm saying? So even when I make music, I try to make music that fits the mode of just being in a car or something that you can do daily. Whether you just playing a video game, whether you ironing your clothes, about to go out, or, whatever it is, I just try to make that music for it, you know what I'm saying?
So I got a question, because I seen in the media, French said it recently, and it actually made me think. So he says, now, let me know what you think about this. He says it's harder. Now, I'm not saying I agree with this or I don't agree with this.
Right.
He's saying it's harder to, be a name in hip hop. So, like, looked at as like he made it in hip hop than it is to make it in the NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have agreed, but I don't know. It's kind of the same. Because. And I say it's kind of the same now because everybody rap. You know what I mean? Everybody got a SoundCloud. Everybody's a rapper. You know what I'm saying? So, but man, it's tough. See, with basketball, there's so many ways you can go pro though, right? So you can go overseas. You can be in the G League. You can be in the NBA. In rapping, there's not. It's either you're a rapper or you're not, you know what I'm saying? And to be signed, anybody can rap, but to be a signed artist and, like you said, to be looked at as like a staple in hip hop or in music, it's hard. It's tough, you know what I'm saying? So it might be tougher to be an artist than it is to be in the NBA. And I feel like with rapping, it's really you have to be. It's not something. It's something you can work at, but you still have to have a gift. Like, you have to be talented to be a rapper. Basketball, you can train. You can get with Brickley. You know what I mean? You can get in the gym and you can really work on your game and get better. Rapping, either you got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree with those both? Yeah.
Agree. I agree. Because it's like basketball, you can be a fire center, fire power forward, point guard, shooting guard. You even gonna be a fire rapper or you ain't. With it, so it's work at the end of the day. You just got to keep working.
You see it first. Yeah.
Agreed. I can say the same thing about DJing, for real. People pick it up and be like, all right, I'm going to be a DJ today. Well, really, you're a button pusher. You know what I mean? You're not training for real. There's a lot of button pushers that's getting gigs. It's the training behind that, like it is in basketball. You got to go in and put them hours in, you know what I mean? And really learn the craft and techniques of different things. Just if I want to do a crossover right, or if I want to scratch right, you got to train at that, right? It's the same thing. So yeah, it's definitely, would you say it's easier to be a hooper than it is an artist?
Yeah.
Because either you dope or you not.
I also think there's the intangibles, right? Like, if you're like 6'7", versus like there's some of those skills. No, but like some of those skill sets where it's like you said with like rap, it's kind of like you have that lyricism ability, that ability to tell stories and captivate an audience. And I think for basketball, there's that art to it too, but it's also just that sometimes that God-given talent and kind of some of those intangibles that you can't quite teach. But either you have them or you don't, right? And you can use them to your advantage. And if you got them, it's a blessing too. So yeah,
right. Because you can see a 6'7" kid walk past and be like, "Yo, come in the gym with me," and you can get him nice. Yeah. But you can't hear somebody talk to you and be like, "Yo, you got a dope voice. Let me come to come to the studio." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. And what I wanted to follow up on that too is every year, the lives of young prospects change when they get drafted into the league, right? Or some unsigned guys, whatever the case may be. But let's just say those 60 guys who get drafted into the NBA. But now I want to flip it for you. What's your draft day story? And I know that could be signing the deal, signing that moment. But what was that moment that felt like, man, I reached that point. This feels so great.
The day I signed that paper, like, because it was where, like, it was so many times I just be with my people and been like, if I had to sign with somebody, I'd sign with QC. Then out of nowhere, I went to New York to see a whole nother label And I wrote QCP probably like 4 years ago and told him, you're going to be signing me soon. He ended up seeing my DM, like my peoples put him on, and it just happened overnight so quick. It blew me. Like I didn't think it was going to happen like that. You feel me? So everybody I'm listening to, I'm getting to see these people every day, and it's normal now. So it's like, yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Man.
That's mad cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think I've had my draft day yet, to be honest with you, because I'm still trying to get to the league.
Hey, it's coming.
I'm
it's
deep
coming.
in the G. No, it's coming,
Yeah,
bro.
for
It's
sure.
coming. It's in God's
Yeah.
plans. It's coming.
Yeah.
But He's put me in a position right now to where I need to learn what I need to learn. You know what I mean? Use it as a stepping stone. So and my life is changing before my eyes, bro. So it's like the things that I used to pray for are happening. Like, you know what I mean? Doors are opening so much faster. That's how I know I'm on the right track. But like I said, I'm trying to get to the league and much more. And then once I get booked for different dates and tours and whatnot, that's my draft day. For
sure.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I had my draft day yet either. You know what I'm saying? Like I've accomplished so much. I've signed major deals and did a lot, but I still feel like it's so much more I can do. And so it's so much more. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, but you know what I mean? Like I always just want so much more. But I think, one thing I will say, being an artist is like getting the appreciation from other artists or people that you might admire or look up to. So, there's been times when I've been in the rooms with everybody from Jay-Z to Diddy to even Rick Ross, you know what I mean, calling me and being like he want to sign me. So when people see what I'm doing and putting the work in and they like, yo, you're dope, keep doing what you're doing, never change, especially when people say that. Because for me, as the artist that I am, I'm not like a trendy artist, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an artist who's like that people talk about, but it's like I tell people all the time, like I'm probably a favorite artist, because all of them, and I know people say that, but trust me, like everybody's favorite artist always says how much I influenced them or they look up to me or they mess with my music or whatever the case may be. So those moments right there are probably like my draft day moments, you know what I'm saying?
And Chris, I know for yourself, the journey.
I don't have it. I'm not in music, but
I know it's been
But I got a question though. This goes back and forth, kind of like the last. So I used to think NBA players, but I don't know if I think that anymore. Who do you think within the youth is more influential? The top NBA guys or the top artists? Oh, I think so too.
He said more influential NBA players or like the top artists.
I would say so too.
You only see NBA players when they play games. You got to think all the rest of that time you listening to artists, which is an influence in itself, bro.
Players banging the same music.
Tracks, you know what I mean? Yeah,
that they listening
absolutely
to.
the artists.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important
It's crazy.
for people to make feel good music or something that has a positive thing back there. Because if you constantly listen to music like I listen to music, those words sometimes become what you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that artists are definitely more influential and matter more to the culture or mean more to the culture. And like he said, I mean, they looking up to rap. I mean, the top athletes is looking up to artists. You know what I mean? And it might not even be the top artists. You know what I'm saying? But they, whether it's how to dress, whether it's lingo, slang, whatever the talk, like how to talk, whatever it is. That's where they're getting it from.
And unfortunately, our time it's winding right down. We got time for one more here. I've really enjoyed you got the conversation kicking. We might have to get a full course meal out here right afterwards to keep the conversation going. But what I want to leave on, and Chris, I would like for you to answer this one, and we'll all go around though. I think for the final, what would be your biggest piece of advice to the youth, to the kids out there that see you doing your thing? Right? They want to be a trainer, or see you, or they're listening to the latest album. Or they're at the game, man, seeing you do your thing on the ones and twos. Or they're like, man, I one day want to sign that deal. What's your biggest piece of advice to those kids?
Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice, I guess, is that, it sounds cliche, but to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, the next person isn't, or your boss isn't, or the label isn't, or your fans aren't. So just believe in yourself, whatever it is you do, whether you're a trainer, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a DJ, whatever you are. If you don't believe in yourself, no one's going to believe in yourself. So that's my best advice.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely that's number one, and also peeling your ears back. You know, I had speaking of basketball, I had a high school coach. He used to always tell us, don't get caught up in your success. You know what I mean? Peel your ears back, keep your head down, look up when the goal is accomplished. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to keep that in mind and take that with me, and just stay consistent, stay persistent, and you know, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something. You know what I mean? And don't let nobody tell you that you're not who you are, who you know you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know you great and you know you talented, stand on that. Don't, you know, people always want to pick apart at you and tear you down, because a lot of people aren't even as brave to do the things that you're doing. So a lot of times people aren't, you know, I tell people all the time, when you have somebody hating on you or talking about you, it's not because they don't like you, it's because they don't like your courage. They don't like, you know, that you, like, how is this person, like, from a small town going to go to New York City and become something? Because they're scared to leave that small town. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just stand on you.
Love that.
First and foremost, you got to have a relationship with God, bro. That's the number one thing for me. Just my name is chosen. You know what I mean? So just that has to be the number one thing. And I would say for two, keep your face clean, keep your name clean, because whenever somebody asks, oh, what you think about Stalley? You know what I mean? They're going to say one or two things, either something good or something bad. You know what I mean? And something bad will cancel out a whole opportunity for you. So have a relationship with God, keep your face clean, keep your head down, you know what I mean? Write down your goals and objectives of what you want to do. Create a bond with mentors, you know what I mean? People that have been through what you want to go through. And yeah, just be you and stay you, because nobody can do you better than you. Yeah, that's really it, man.
I agree with everything. I say don't stop. Don't let nobody tell you stop. Don't let nobody tell you it's not possible. Manifest everything. You feel what I'm saying? And just keep going. Everything. Like, just keep going. Keep going.
Keep
going. It's a blessing. Stay humble. Like he said, keep your head down. Make goals. Take them step by step. You can't do everything at once. So just take it step by step.
Patience is big, too.
You stay the course, and in one moment, your whole life can change, right? Your whole life can change, man. So,
and patience is key, because especially in, like, social media and the way things move so fast, you know, some people get caught up, like, it ain't happening fast enough, or, you know, I don't got this because somebody else got it or showing it. But just stay patient.
Stay in your time. Chris Brickley, my man Stalley, hometown hero right here. All-Star Games in your backyard right here. DJ Chosen, same thing. It's right here at the crib, man. Baby Money, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us at the family reunion. Make sure to lock in with us at Wilson Basketball. We'll see you guys back tomorrow.
Thank you for having me.